All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Vlogs. Surprisingly, we're recording this video on the vlog channel. I know it's been like 7 months since we posted a video on this channel, but I wanted to do kind of I guess it's kind of overdue, but a health update on this channel. As you guys might have seen, I went to the ER back in December for chest pains. I posted it, I think, on Instagram and Facebook. I didn't talk about it really much on YouTube, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an update because in the past year, I've went to the ER twice for chest-related pains and issues like that. And actually, I've been 3 times to the hospital for chest issues. The first time was in 2017. So I thought maybe I'd do a recap because I haven't talked about the 2017 thing in a while, and I haven't really given a whole lot of details on what happened in December or October. So we'll start with December. So December, we were going to go out to dinner that night, and my left arm was hurting a lot. And it was really weird because like I said, I had been in October. I was down in Texas in October for a convention that I was going to with my friend from high school. So I traveled down to Texas, and I was staying in my hotel. We had been drinking a lot. We had been eating a lot, eating like crap all weekend down in Texas. And I woke up that morning on the Sunday morning of the weekend that I was staying in Texas, and I was having really bad chest pain that was radiating to my back. I was like, man, this is really weird. And I had my friend, I ended up having him drive me to the ER in Texas. And I was there for like 3 hours, 4 hours. Getting all kinds of tests done, EKG, chest x-ray, blood work. They tested me for blood clots. They tested me for damage to my heart. They did, the whole 9 yards to make sure I wasn't just going to drop dead there. And I wound up being fine leaving Texas. So fast forward 2 months to December. I think it was December 9th. I had this really bad pain in my left arm. And I had a little bit of chest pain, but not much. So I went to the ER here in Ohio. Just to play it safe, because at this point I was having a little bit of anxiety after what happened in October, and I was like, man, this is really weird. I never really have arm pain. So I went to the ER for the arm pain. Same thing, x-ray, blood test. They checked me for blood clots. They did the blood test for damage to the heart. Everything came back fine. EKG, all that stuff was fine. And they're like, you're totally fine. And I continued to kind of have the arm pain for a couple of weeks after that. And it was just really weird because I typically don't have, like I said, left arm pain. Arm pain in general, just kind of a shooting pain down your arm, is weird. But specifically in the left arm, it was just really unusual. So I went in December. I went in October. And then back in 2017 was the first time that I kind of had issues with my heart. So back in 2017, I was right about to graduate college at the time. I think I was 22 or 23. So one morning in 2017, it was the spring, I woke up that morning and I was having crazy palpitations in my heart. No pain, nothing in my arm, no pain in my chest, but I was having really rapid heartbeat. It was irregular, and I describe it to the doctor as it felt like a bird was like fluttering around in my chest. The beat itself was like super irregular. It was abnormal. It'd be like bum, 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 bum. Like it was just a really weird heartbeat, really fast, and it just was like uncontrollable. And there's really no like discernible reason why it was happening. There was no catalyst for it. Like I wasn't afraid. I wasn't anxious. There was no real reason for it to be doing that. So when that happened, I went to the hospital again, and that time in 2017, I had everything done. I had the echocardiogram, which is kind of like a sonogram that they would do for a baby. So they do like the imaging of your heart. Like it took me like 2 hours to do this, like a complete full view of my heart that they were imaging, I guess, to mostly look for structural issues, maybe if there's some kind of birth defect or anything with my heart that would cause these palpitations. I did the full echocardiogram imaging. I wore the Holter monitor for like 48 hours. So I went home with a thing strapped to my chest where that recorded like an EKG for 48 hours, and the cardiologist reviewed that. Full panel of blood work, not just cardiac, not just the dimer test for blood clots, but everything, cholesterol, lipids, all that stuff. Everything came back fine. Cholesterol was a little bit elevated. My blood pressure has always been a little bit high, but other than that, everything in 2017 came back fine. Echocardiogram, totally fine. Holter monitor, EKG, totally fine. So in October, I had the chest pains, and then in December, I had the arm pains. And I would say, everything came back normal. So chances are there's nothing wrong with my heart, I guess, would be the update. But still, to this day, I have chest pains, and still to this day, I have pain in my left arm. And the different options that I'm weighing out here, the different possibilities, Number one would be anxiety. I think definitely ever since 2017, that was kind of my first experience with having any type of anxiety. Was in 2017 when I had those heart palpitations. I had never felt anything like that before. I'd never had any issues, any health issues, and I certainly never had anything with my heart. And back then, they kind of chalked it up to, they were like, are you taking any stimulants? I'm drinking a lot of coffee. And I told them I take pre-workout, which has a ton of caffeine in it. And they basically chalked it up to stop taking pre-workout. And essentially that's what I did. I stopped taking caffeinated or stimulant-based pre-workout, and the palpitations stopped pretty quickly. But they chalked it up to that. And then in October, they basically had no reason for me. They said maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's a condition called costochondritis, which is like an inflammation in the muscle between the ribs, the cartilage between the ribs, which can be exacerbated by strenuous exercise. I was like, that makes sense. I work out a lot. I've been working out for 15 years. Maybe I have some kind of costochondritis inflammation in my chest. So that kind of made sense. The left arm pain was weird though, because that's typically a symptom of, a cardiac related pain. And I still have that to this day. So I've kind of chalked that up to either anxiety, which is what I'm starting to think is maybe the root of my issue, because honestly, I hadn't really had much of an issue with anxiety, like I said, until 2017. And I think with, maybe with the pandemic and the lockdown and being stuck at home, I would be kind of naive to say that didn't impact my mental health at all. And if I did have anxiety that started in 2017, maybe it got way worse over the past couple of years. I mean, if you think about what we went through, it really was pretty crazy that we live in a time that just 2 years ago, there was a time where the government said we couldn't leave our house. There was a time where you couldn't get in your car and go drive, or you would get pulled over to make sure that you were an essential worker. You couldn't go outside. I mean, we lived through a crazy time, and I think a lot of people's mental health suffered because of that. But I still, the pain that I feel in my chest is real. The pain that I feel in my arm is real. So I was obviously concerned enough to go to the ER both times, because I was like, I wasn't imagining it. I didn't think it was my anxiety. I was like, dude, I mean, I'm 28. I've got this weird pain. I think I'm relatively healthy. I've been eating that's another thing we could talk about, is during the pandemic, like I said, with the mental health, especially in 2020, I was drinking a lot. I was gaining weight. I was door dashing all the time. I was living a pretty unhealthy lifestyle. But lately, I'm down like 25 pounds. I've been eating a lot healthier. I've been drinking a lot less. I don't use any form of nicotine at all anymore. I used to chew tobacco, and then after I chewed tobacco, I started using just nicotine-based pouches with no tobacco in them. So I quit tobacco maybe a year ago, and I quit all forms of nicotine maybe 6 months ago. So that can definitely be something that contributes to palpitations or blood pressure or chest pain or whatever. So nicotine is gone. Alcohol is cut back to, maybe once a week. So that's cut back. And I've been getting healthier and all that good stuff. I'm getting back to a more consistent cardio regimen. I've been working out more because with the pandemic, the gyms were closed. You couldn't even go to the gym. So I got a lot lazier with my home gym workouts. And, you guys know it's a lot harder to be motivated when you're working out at home. So that was something I struggled with. I'm a lot more consistent now with working out. My diet's better, all that good stuff. But I still have the chest pain sometimes, and I still have the left arm pain. So I think personally the main reason is anxiety. I've done a lot of research on it, and I'm definitely the guy where, maybe a lot of you guys could relate to this. If you guys have any kind of pain or any weird feeling in your body, you go straight to Google, and that's what I do. And I go straight to Google anytime I have a chest pain. And when I start reading the stuff like possible heart attack, or if I have a headache, possible stroke, like all this different stuff, when I read those headlines or those articles, I'm the type of guy that gets anxious, and I start getting nervous. I start sweating. My heart rate increases. I'm like, oh shit, that's what's happened. I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm that guy. I cannot for the life of me Google a symptom and not get freaked out. So I know that anxiety is a factor here. And I'm hoping that's the main reason. Right now, I wanted to do this video because right now I'm in the process of finding a new primary care provider. I want to go to a doctor. I'm trying to get an appointment this week to go get more tests done. The one thing that I really want to do is get a calcium score done. Because if the calcium score comes back like 0 or really, really low, and then all these other tests, all these other cardiac-related tests, heart-related tests come back, or have already came back that nothing is wrong, once that calcium score comes back and basically shows that if it comes back and shows there's no blockage, there's almost no chance that it's something wrong with my heart or a potential that I'm going to have a heart attack. So I think that would relieve a tremendous amount of anxiety if I get that test done and it comes back good. But, anyway, this is the vlog channel. I wanted this to be kind of an open book channel for you guys. And I was sitting here tonight and I was thinking, I should talk about this. I mean, maybe there's some followers of mine that also struggle with the same thing. Maybe it is costochondritis and inflammation from working out constantly. Maybe some other subscribers have experienced this, or maybe it is anxiety, and maybe other subscribers have had their mental health get worse, over the past 2 years of this pandemic. I mean, it's been a crazy time, but I just kind of wanted to get on here and talk about it because it's been something that I've been struggling with a lot, and obviously it's something that was severe enough that caused me to go to the ER. I mean, I'm a guy, I haven't had a checkup, like a physical, since my 18th birthday in high school, when we would go to the doctor every year when we were kids. But as soon as I became an adult, and it was up to me to go to the doctor, and it was up to me, to pay for my health insurance, I never went to the doctor. I haven't been since I was 18, other than that 2017 experience. So I'm not a guy that goes to the doctor. I'm not a guy that gets checkups. So the pain was really bad for me to go to the ER and be sitting there in the ER and pay the thousands of dollars, even though I have health insurance, that it cost just for the couple hours that I was there. But I'm kind of curious, to get your guys' thoughts on this because, like I said, I'm a young guy. I'm 28. I'm relatively healthy. I did have that, I used nicotine for a couple of years. I was drinking a lot during the pandemic, but right now I'm relatively healthy. I work out a lot. I exercise a lot. I eat pretty healthy. What has your guys' experience been? Is there any guys in their 20s that have had an experience with really bad chest pains or really bad anxiety or pain in your left arm? And the other thing that I was thinking, I'm definitely a guy that I sleep on my side almost all the time. And I really sleep a lot with my arm like over my head, under my pillow. And I was doing a lot of research about potential causes for left arm pain, and how you sleep can determine, how you sleep can cause arm pain. And there's different things as far as nerve damage just based on the position that you sleep in. And I was looking into that kind of thing. And there's other things that I was reading about, potentially sleep apnea, if you have trouble breathing while you're sleeping. Sometimes that's something that I experience. There's all kinds of different things, but like I said, I'm the guy that Googles everything, so maybe I'm just overthinking it. But the left arm pain, maybe it is sleeping on my side, because one of the things that I noticed was I went on vacation in November and I stayed in a log cabin. And when we stayed in that log cabin, that morning when I woke up, I was really uncomfortable in the bed. It was a smaller bed. I have a king size, and we slept in like a double at that cabin. And I was really uncomfortable, and I was sleeping on my side and I had my arm like cramped up in a weird position that I don't typically sleep in. And I noticed the morning that I woke up, both my arms hurt. My right arm, because I was like switching, I was tossing and turning. And I think maybe that is the source of my arm pain. But anyway, I wanted to give this health update and kind of just muse about my different experiences with these issues, and kind of get your guys' feedback on this. I mean, I know this is kind of a late video and kind of a random video because I almost never post on this vlog channel, but I promise you guys, this year I'm going to have a lot more videos on the vlog channel. I know I say this a lot, but I've got a lot of really good ideas for this channel, a lot of stories that I want to tell, and a lot of things that I want to talk about that you guys have not heard. And I think this is the year that I start doing some of this on the vlog channel, because I want to experiment more with this channel, with my Pokemon channel. My main channel has kind of gotten to where I want it to be. I mean, I'm well over 1 million subscribers now, and I've done basically everything that there is to do. I mean, I've met everybody. I've done everything at the Arnold Classic that I wanted to do. I've done everything at the Olympia that I wanted to do. I've gotten to meet and interview Arnold Schwarzenegger. My main goal was 1 million subs. So now I want to experiment more with these hobby channels. Like, this is just I'm not making really any money off this channel. I'm not really doing anything with this channel. It's just kind of for fun, to interact with you guys and give you guys some bonus content, just some unedited just clips that you guys might enjoy. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet to the vlog channel. Give a thumbs up. Let me know your guys' experiences. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. I want to try to share more of my life with you guys and make it more personal, because obviously on the main channel I don't do enough of that, and I know that a lot of you guys ask for this type of thing. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll keep these videos coming if you guys are enjoying it. Nick Strength and Vlogs, signing out.